I have Notion and WhatsApp side by side. Don't forget the milk. I'm sending myself an audio note, and this will create a task in Notion automatically. Boom! It created a task and it replied with a link to that task. Hi there, I'm Andres, I work at Connex, and we are an automations and integrations agency, meaning that we can help you implement this workflow or help you automate any processes at your company. Today, I'm going to show you how to automate audio notes from WhatsApp into Notion. I'm going to use Zapier for that, and we are going to need the help of two little tools. One is Deepgram, which is a transcription service with generous trial tier and very affordable prices, as well as Timelines AI, which is a WhatsApp connector for Zapier. You will find links for the tools we are going to use in the description below. By the way, if you need help implementing this, feel free to book a discovery call with us using the link in the description below. Let's build it right away. Open a Zapier account, log in, and then hit Create Zaps. Zapier allows you to connect apps and move data from point A to B to C using Zaps, which are workflows. Zaps start with a trigger and can perform many actions. In this case, we want to trigger whenever we receive a new audio. So I'm going to click Trigger Card and look for Timelines, which is the app that connects to WhatsApp. On the Timelines website, you'll find a guide how to connect your WhatsApp business account, how to set up your WhatsApp business account with that. So we select Timelines as the app, and the event we're going to use is new received message. Going to hit continue. We select our account and connect Timelines, continue, and then test trigger. What Zapier is doing here is trying to pull an existing record from Timelines or from WhatsApp, and it's showing us all the fields that comes together. So we have the sender name, the recipient phone, and in this case, we don't have a message text, but we have the URL of the audio file, among other fields. So I'm going to hit continue with selected record, and I'm going to look for Deepgram, which is the transcription service event. We are going to create a transcription using the plain text option. Hit continue. I already have my Deepgram account connected. Hit continue. And now we're going to feed Deepgram. Deepgram wants the audio URL, so I'm going to click on this field and look in the drop-down below for the URL coming from Timeline. There you go. We mapped the URL, and I'm going to leave all the other variables or all the other fields untouched. So hit continue and test step. This is sending the URL to Deepgram, and it's waiting for the response. There you go. This is the output from Deepgram. I'm going to use this output to create a task in Notion. So I'm going to add a step here for Notion. Event is to create a database item. Continue, we choose our account. Continue, we choose the database. And now we can set up this record. So for the name, I'm going to map the output from Deepgram. I look for Deepgram here in the dropdown and hit the field I want to bring in. The status is going to be a to-do. And for the content, I'm going to type in task created from a WhatsApp. Continue and test step. This will create a record in Notion. These are all the fields that come together once we create a record in Notion. And this includes the URL to that item. So the next step I'm going to do is to reply back with this link. So I'm going to look for Timelines again. In the event, I'm going to use this one, send a message to existing chat, hit continue, select our account, continue, and now I'm going to map these fields. So the chat ID, I'm going to pick this up from the trigger. The account phone, I'm going to pick this up from this dropdown, and it's always going to be the same. The chat JID, again, this comes from the trigger as well. And the message, I'm going to mix some hard-coded messages with dynamic text coming from the steps above. And then I'm going to pull in the link from Notion. Continue and test. We are almost finished. So chances are you may send to yourself not only audio, but also text. You can decide if you want to bring this text into Notion as well. But for this example I'm building with you now, I'm going to only allow audio. For that, in between the trigger and the Deepgram action, I'm going to add a filter to only move forward when we have audio. Otherwise, this will give you an error because Deepgram needs audio. And if it doesn't have one file, it will error out. So let's add a step, look for filter by Zapier, and only continue if we have an attachment. Continue. The very last step is to hit publish, and this automation will start working from now on. It's a good practice on Zapier to rename Zaps to be descriptive so we can remember what they do later on. Boom. So this automation is handy when you are on the go and remember about tasks, but don't have the time to open Notion and type in manually. Zapier is very, very customizable, so we can rearrange this workflow to allow also for text to create items in Notion, or we can even use other task management tools like Google Task, TickTick, or your project management tool like Monday or Asana. The other use case is send yourself audio notes. For example, if you meditate or want to log your reflections for a specific day. Let me know in the comments below what task management tool or project management tool you use to store your tasks or your thoughts. Cheers!